Hello guys, so in this video I'll be sharing with you the basic of stamping. By the way, this is my first video in YouTube, so I'm very excited to start this channel and spread crafty knowledge to you people. Okay, so let's get started. The first topic that I'll be covering by is what are the basic supplies you need to start stamping. Okay, so there are three supplies that you need to start stamping with. The first supply that is most essential is stamps. So this is the thing that you'll need at the first to start your journey with stamping is this stamps, and this is something that is easily available. I'll be telling you some brands which sells this kind of stamps, but I always recommend to have photopolymer stamps and not the silicone one. There are a lot of difference between photopolymer and silicone stamps, which I'll be covering in my upcoming video, and basically this is a sneak peek to my upcoming video also. So for the first thing that you need is stamps. So there are a lot of different kind of stamps, as you can see here. This one, by the way, this all are from Itsy Bitsy, and then this one also, yeah, and there are a lot more. Basically there are different brand. If I'm talking about in India, then you will find there are a lot of brands like Itsy Bitsy, Crafty Scrappers, and Mudra, Tubby Craft, whatnot. And in if I'm talking about international brands, then there are more than you can ever imagine. Simon Says Stamp, Altenew, and a lot more. For this particular video, I'll be using this stamp, this stamp. This one is also from Itsy Bitsy, and here you can see this is having this banner kind of a stamp, which is very helpful for a beginner, or at least for me, to show you how to do stamping in a basic way. So I'll be using this one. So the first thing that you need for stamping, the basic thing, is none other than stamp. The second thing that you need is ink pad. Now ink pad, there are two types of ink pad. The first is the non-permanent. I'll tell you in basic language, basic English. The first one is non-permanent, and there is the second one which is archival ink, or you can say permanent ink. There is not only archival ink, there is also Memento and VersaFine ink, which are permanent ink. So you can use any water soluble coloring medium to color the stamp image, but today I'll use this one because this is very affordable and this is very cheap also in its price, but the quality is very good. And this particular one is from Tubby Craft, as you can see, and the shade is jet black, and it's a dye based ink. Even if you want, you can use any colorful ink like this. All are from Tubby Craft. Today I'll be sharing with you Tubby Craft because I feel Tubby Craft is a very good brand for beginners. You can start your stamping journey with Tubby Craft if you want, because these are very affordable ink pads. So this one is also from Tubby Craft, and this one is sapphire blue. Even if you want, you can color with these mediums, which I'll also share in a video. This one imperial red, and in this way you can even stamp with colorful images, colorful ink pads, sorry, which I'll also share in this video. So the second most important thing is ink pad. Now comes the third important, or you can even say it's not that important, which is acrylic block. Now this one is also from Tubby Craft. As I said, Tubby Craft as a brand is very affordable. Everything is very affordable, and it's very good for beginners. Please don't mind, my acrylic block is a bit dirty, but that's okay. And this is not that important, as I said you, but this is in one way important. So I know it's very confusing. I'll say you why it's not that important. Because you can use, rather than an acrylic block, you can always go for any lid, like any this kind of a substance. As you can see, I am using the ink pads lid, which is this. Okay, so you can easily basically acrylic block is used to stick your stamps, which can be also sticked in this kind of a lid or something. So it's even possible with a lid if you want, but the best thing is to use an acrylic block because this is transparent and you can see through how much ink you have on the stamp and how much you have to have more onto the stamp. So yeah, this is always recommended, but if you don't want to invest in an acrylic block, that's okay. You can always go with a lid or any kind of this kind of a substance. Anything will work basically. So the third most important thing that you need is acrylic block, but this is not that very important also, as I said. Now I'll be sharing with you how to do stamping. This process is very simple if you know the basic thing. So as I said that I'll be using this particular stamp. I'll not use this complicated the stamp, but I'll go with this banner because this is very kind of like a easy shape, regular shape, which will be very easy to for me to show you and for you also to understand. I'll use an acrylic block first, and I also gonna use this lead. As I said, I'll also use the lead to show you what will happen if you are using the lead. So this is the stamp, as you can see. So it will have, all the stamps will have a flat base and a carved base. The curved base means that that will be the place where you are supposed to do the stamping with, and the flat base will be the base where you are supposed to stick your stamp onto. Something like this, as you can see. Now I'll move to the next process. This is the first step that you need to have, that is sticking the stamp onto your acrylic block. And then the next process comes that the ink pad. By the way, my ink pad is very dirty, but that's okay again. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my stamp, I'm going to hold my acrylic block in this way, and I'm going to ink it up. Just dab it and your stamp will be inked. Okay, in this way. As you can see, I can see how much ink I have in it. So that's one of the biggest reason why I always suggest to have an acrylic block rather than anything else. Now I am having a piece of cardstock here. I always recommend to use Nina Sola 100-pound crest cardstock, but that's okay if you are using any other cardstock. But always make sure that you are using any cardstock which is more than 150 GSM. I think this one is 200 GSM. So yeah, let me use it. I'll be stamping it onto this piece of cardstock. And now press very well so that the ink that is present onto your stamp get absorbed by the cardstock. There we go. Now I know there are a lot of blunder that I have did. The only reason why there is a blunder because I have inked my stamp over. So that's the reason why there you can see there are some patches on this 3 particular triangles, but these 2 are fine, as you can see. So yeah, that is something that you need to keep in mind always. And this is a new, okay, it has bleeded also a bit, and that's the reason why I always suggest to use Nina Sola cardstock, because that's never gonna bleed, I can assure you about it. Now as you can see, my ink pad is very new. This is a very new ink pad, so it's very juicy. So maybe that's one of the reason why this stamp got more ink than it should be. Now as I said that I'll be also sharing with you how to do stamping with this lid also. So yeah, that's the next thing that we're gonna see. By the way, before I proceed to the next part of this video, I really wanted to share with you this thing, that how to clean your stamp. This is a very important thing that you always need to know if you want to have your stamp long lasting, and ever if you want to keep your one of your stamp, then this is something that you need to know. You can always reach for a microfiber cloth if you want, or if you don't have a microfiber cloth, it's okay. You can reach for a paper towel or tissue paper, whatever we call it. You can have it, you can simply rub it off, rub it like this, but you will notice that there are a lot of ink still present onto your stamp. So the next thing that you need to do if you are using this kind of a tissue is you have to put your tissue into some water, the same tissue I'll be using. So I have put my tissue into some water and I'll get rid of the extra, and this is how your tissue should look like. And then by using this wet tissue, I'll be just cleaning my stamp. Just dab it, simply dab it, and this is how your stamp should look like. And then use a clean tissue again to just get rid of the extra water from your stamp. And in this way your stamp should be cleaned if you are using a photopolymer stamp. But if you are using a silicone stamp, then there are some other procedures that you need to follow up. So yeah, this is clean. Now I'll move to the lid procedure, as I said. So I'll just have this stamp onto the lid, and as you can see, it also sticks to the lid very well, as you can see. But the one thing is, it's not transparent, so you cannot see how much ink you have on your stamp. So I'll ink it up. Even I cannot see, but still. Okay. Okay, so I inked it up. Now I'll get my another piece of cardstock, and I'm going to stamp it. Press very well so that the ink get absorbed into the cardstock. Okay, there we go. Now this is more clean than what we have at the first. Okay, now I'm just gonna clean my stamp again in the same way. Now this is what you should get. Okay, now there we go. This is today's topic, that how to do basic stamping. Now I will show you just a bit that as I have used a non-permanent ink in this case. Okay, I have used a non-permanent ink in this case, so I also need to mention how to color this because this is a non-permanent ink. So yeah, that is what I'll be sharing next. There are a lot of things that you can use to color your non-permanent ink stamped images. The first thing that I'll share with you, and the easiest that I feel, is color pencils. Now I really don't know what is the brand of this particular one. I think this is Winnie or something. I got it free with a sticker machine or like that. So yeah, this is very good. The quality is very good, by the way, of this pencil. The second thing you can use is domes ones, and domes ones I haven't used that much and I really don't like the quality, but that's okay. If you have the domes, you can even use it. The next one is by Faber-Castell, this one. This particular one, I think it focus, yeah. So this is by Faber-Castell Color Me Grip pencil, and this works the best. For me, this works the best. This is a watercolor pencil, by the way, but it still works the best. I'll share with you right now that just coloring this particular banner using this color pencils. Now I'll proceed to the coloring process. You can use any pencil. If you want to have some kind of shading or something, then you can use any other kind of a pencil. Means you can have any shading procedure in it, but I'll just go with lightly and light-handedly. So yeah. And as you can see, my color is, as you can see right over here, it's okay as I'll be fuzzy cutting this, so this portion will not be seen, so that's totally okay to have. So in this way you can color it out. So yeah, so that is it for today, guys, and subscribe if you want to see more videos from this channel and to have more knowledge about crafting. And yeah, till then, bye bye.